He is the Tinfoil Chef, a man with a video love.
Hey YouTube, how's it going? Well, I'll tell you what. There has been several people recently that has suggested that I should do some video of these poker tournaments that I've been playing in, and they have suggested that such poker gameplay would be of interest to YouTube viewers. And so I have decided, maybe a little bit reluctantly because I'm not so sure how well this is going to play on YouTube, I have decided to give it a try. I have a tournament that I recorded yesterday afternoon that I was playing in, and I tried to keep up some commentary along the way and so on. So what I've decided to do is I'm breaking this thing up into probably about 15-minute segments, and we'll go from there to see how well this is received and whether it's worth doing again. So, without further ado, let's shuffle up and deal.
All right. The basic types of games that I play on here is either these free roll tournaments, which have no entry requirements, and what they pay out when you win them is, depending on how high in the ranking you place, you win anywhere from 10 to 300 poker points. Now the poker points, that's, as far as I know, that's the only way to get them, is to win them in games like this or in some single table sit and go tournaments where you can win them as well. And what I use them for is here in the World Series Qualifier tournament. It costs 75 poker points to register for, to participate in. Now this one, the payout, the first through the fifth places, first 5 places pay out an entry to the semifinal. The semifinal, the top 4 places pay out an entry into the final, which will be held on May the 1st. And of course the final, the number 1 prize for that is the seat at the 2016 World Series of Poker main event. Now I'm going to go ahead and register for this qualifier, and that's all set up, and I will be back when the game starts. Okay, looks like it's getting started here. Alright, there's a deal for which player gets the dealer button. There's where I'm at here. 8-10 offsuit. No, no, I'm not getting into that. I will fold that. And another reason is that in the early phases of these games, there is frequently a case of people going all in with odd card combinations, or even with good ones. A lot of tendency to go all in early like that, and I never understood why people do that. If I look at this tab here, there's 57 people in this tournament, and yeah, just getting started. The blinds are 15 and 30, and they will go up to 20 and 40, and then higher than that about every 8 minutes or so. And yes, there is a certain amount of waiting for people to do their thing. Some people timing out occasionally. It happens fairly often. Some people occasionally get disconnected and manage to reconnect, and so on. So the internet can be a royal mother. Alright, now I had like a 8 of spades and a 10 of diamonds. With that kind of a board, I don't think so. More than likely, whoever wins this is going to have something premium, I would think. And if it goes all the way to the river, we might get to find out. All right. It looks like we're going to get to see what everybody had. You don't always. Of course, if these people fold, we won't, more than likely. Let's see. Are you going to call or fold? Okay, so this guy managed to bluff him out of it. 3-2. That is not what I'd call a premium hand. 3-2 offsuit. We're folding that. Now these tournaments, I've been kind of hesitant to make video of this. And what I've decided to do is to cut this up into 10 or 15 minute segments and put it up one per day as in kind of an episode format, and just see how the response is to it, see how well it's received and so on, because these tournaments can go on for as much as I've seen a tournament like this go on for almost 2 hours. Queen deuce doesn't, no, not an early position. Maybe on the button if nobody did a pre-flop raise, but not an early position like that. Okay. Queen of clubs, deuce of diamonds, that was. You know what this is shaping up to be? There's a technical term for this. Squadouche. A pair of threes and squadouche. Yeah. And he got the pair of threes. He got it because he had a higher kicker. All right, pocket aces. We'll raise that. And you can go a whole hand without ever seeing pocket aces. I mean, a whole game, a whole tournament. Except for, of course, when somebody else has them. Okay, we have another raise. I will call it. Five, 6, 7. We'll go ahead and bet that. Somebody will think I have a straight probably, because there is 3 cards to a straight there. I'll call this and hope that I don't regret it. And I'll bet that just on principle. Yeah, a minimum bet. I probably should have put something else in. I'm almost all out of the tournament already. This might be a very, very short tournament for me from the looks of it if I don't win. If I don't win this hand, I'm going to have a really short tournament. And bang, I'm all in. This might be over with right here. I got 2 pair, aces and deuces. All right, I own it. And this other person is now short stacked. All right, this was very good early on. I don't usually do this great early, nor do I usually get ace-5 on the big blind. All right, let's see how people do here. Do we have any pre-flop raises? If everybody calls, that's fine. If there's a pre-flop raise, I start getting concerned that maybe they have something good. But then again, of course, I've seen people go all in with like a 9 deuce offsuit, which there's no reason in the world to ever do that. But people do it. All right, I'm just going to check and limp in on the blind. That way I get to see the flop for free. Not really a great flop. I'll bet it just on principle, because there is an ace here, and there's a 4. A 2 and a 3 would give me a straight. Other than that, I'd have to pair something up. I paired up the ace. All right, great. All right. bet 120. Aces are more than likely best most of the time, but the aces can get cracked. All right, let's make it 200. All right, wait for him to think about it. Other person dropped out, and my pair of aces wins the day. All right, great. All right, Jack 9 offsuit. Well, let's see, is there any pre-flop? There is a pre-flop all in. I think I'm just gonna fold that and let him have it. Because there's too many things that can crack a Jack 9, especially offsuit. Now, the short stacks are probably doing this all in bit just simply because they need to chip up, and if they've got anything worth playing at all in is the way to go, because otherwise they're going to be all out soon enough. Right, here we go. Ace 8, 9, 5, and a 6, 4. So far the Ace 8 has it with a pair of 7s. 8, the ace being the bigger kicker. 7, Jacks and 7s, ace kicker. Yeah. And we have 2 people eliminated from this table. And the blinds have increased. 8, 10 offsuit, that, no, I don't even want to talk to that. Alright, looking over here real quick, we're down to 47 players remaining. The chip leader has 5782, average stack is 1787, and the short stack is 844 chips. And in 6 minutes, the blinds go up to 25 and 50. Alright. I have to say, this is a very, very good start for me in one of these tournaments. I don't usually do this good this early out. Alright, Jack Ace 8 on the flop is giving people reason to pause and think about it a little bit, unless they paired one of those. Deuce doesn't really change anything. Well, it apparently changed something for this guy. He figured it was worth 150. Ace 2, 3. There's a possible flush there, or straight, excuse me. Queen Jack. Okay, the pair of jacks wins it. Alright, 4 and a 10 offsuit. This is another one I'm going to fold. And one of the things I have to say, I learned a long time ago when playing poker in general, Texas Hold'em in particular, the one action that you do more than anything else is fold. Because there are more hands that are not really all that great to play. Now, granted, when you get down to short-handed tables or short-handed game, where there's like 5 and 6 people left, your range of acceptable opening hands increases considerably. But early on in a tournament, no. You don't want to take unnecessary chances when you know there's a lot of hands that can beat what you start out with, like a 4-10 offsuit. Granted, I'd have a pair of 10s here. but there is plenty of possibility. If somebody's got a queen, they own this with a straight. This person could have the queen. At least that's what they're repping with that huge raise. They have the queen. They own it. This one has a pair of aces, but that one's got the straight.
Mr. Tinfoil Chef.